into these countries, and is it justified, is it not justified, what's the reasoning behind it?
Right, okay. Okay. Well, I think that there's maybe a fundamental misperception here. There are some people who seem to think that the reason that the United States went into Afghanistan, the reason that they went into Iraq, was because somehow we wanted to change their governments, to democratize them, et cetera, et cetera. Actually, the reason that we went into Afghanistan was because Afghanistan had become what we believed, and many others around the world believed, was a very dangerous terrorist safe haven. And that his territory was being used by people like Osama bin Laden and his followers, and that something needed to be done in order to address this very serious international problem. Similarly, in the case of Iraq, the reason that the United States decided to invade Iraq was because of the threat that was perceived from weapons of mass destruction, which Saddam Hussein was thought to have, and which in any case he had the capability at some point or other to develop. So why the United States? And I think the reason is that there really isn't anyone else in the world, the international community, the UN, no other country or collection of countries is really in a position to address these issues on their own. It's really only the United States, for better or worse, that is in a position to do something about it. You could argue that they've done the wrong thing, that perhaps they should have done nothing, but this is a responsibility which the U.S. has taken upon itself, and that's the reason why they've entered into these actions. Once there, however, then there's a desire to try to leave something behind that's better than what we found when we first got there. Obviously, in a sense, once you do that, you take a certain amount of ownership, and so the U.S. has played a role in trying to democratize and to improve governance in Afghanistan, and they tried to play a similar role in Iraq. I think that at the end of the day, history in the long term will tell whether the U.S. has made things worse or made things better. I think that from the current vantage point, very close to the fact, it's very difficult for us to make those kinds of judgments.